Race is not where the line is drawn. It's God's side and the other side. And we don't care nothing about the other side. Period. Period. All of these big deviants is all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is, TG Jakes, any of them. All lies will be exposed. That's all. And anyone who takes that the wrong way, know why they take it the wrong way. This is not where the line.
Let's jump right into it, man. Music mode. Sean Diddy Combs arrested in what is not a shocking turn of events. And his bill has been rejected. RJ, are we at the beginning of a steep downward spiral?
I think the decline has been going on, man. And I think that, if the reports are true, Diddy seems to be using, or at least thinking of using, the downward momentum to use a opposite force to hold him up. And word on the street is he's trying to use a rope in order to avoid falling. A rope around the neck.
I was about to reference that pilot movie by Denzel, where he did also something crazy. Also, there was with a rope, but
no, man. Hey, guys, before we proceed, remember to rate the show by pressing the like button, follow us on our other socials, and don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and hit that notification icon. Remember as well, guys, the best remarks and comment will be mentioned in the next show. KaiR.
Yes. Hey, man, there's so much to talk about. We'll break this topic down in several shows because there are so many angles you can go by. Like, first of all, I think we're gonna talk today about mainly the arrest and the charges. What I want to do is maybe on Thursday talk about the reactions from all the people, because we want to keep this topic. Don't make this the main topic or the only topic we're gonna discuss today. And of course, we're going to talk about the weird situations. I mean, he has quite a long list of weird moments in the open. We're talking about interviews. We're talking about clips he's recorded himself. That seems at the end, if you look back, I mean, hindsight is always 2020. They say, well, it is 2020 clearly. There's so many things to discuss. So let's jump right into it, man. With all that being said, this is not just another scandal. This is like the one of the biggest indictments that ties trafficking and assay allegations that has been brewing since the guy with the island. The island boy, the original island boy. The Steen boy. This is the biggest one since him, I think. Or maybe even the other Steen. The other Steen from the other side of California.
Bergstein.
The one that was the Harvey dude, who's now, I think he's still locked up, but I think he's maybe on house arrest or something because he's almost checking out. But anyway, RJ, this is big, man. This is big.
Yeah, this is big. And, it started with because the last topic we talked about, the last show in which we talked about Diddy, we talked, of course, about the $100 million lawsuit that he supposedly lost because he didn't even show up. And at the moment of this recording, a lot has changed since then.
Yes, that is true. Good thing you're talking.
Was this a way to get him off? Like a mistrial on purpose in order for him to not not suffer the consequences. But of course, this is another case. The $100 million lawsuit was another case, but this one, KaiR, bodyguards are talking. bottles of oils are found in his, are found in his mansion.
Baby oil, baby oil
Baby
galore.
oil. And I saw a meme. I don't know what Tyrese movie it was where Tyrese says smells like oil. Hey man, all of these things, but not only that, KR. To me, shocking thing, the most shocking things are the footages of Diddy himself in public, as you mentioned, saying things or asking questions or giving answers to questions or giving certain reactions,
Yeah.
which at that time you think, he's being funny, but the dude was basically telling you in your
In front
face
of face. Yeah.
what he's doing. What do they call it? The programming predictive. I need to switch it up.
Yeah,
I need to
it's
switch
crazy.
it up.
It's crazy.
But I
It's
mean,
crazy.
he was basically telling us what he was doing, what was going on, and hey, hindsight is always 2020, as you said. Well, in this case, hindsight is 2024. If you ask Cat Williams,
Cat Williams, yeah, yeah. Let's start with let's go back because we talked about it last week. The $100 million case he lost, allegedly lost at the time. I think we had a pretty good analysis because one of the things we talked about was during that show is how the heck did he found himself in this situation? Was he served wrong? Was there a problem with the whole process? And I'm gonna go back. Let me zoom in a little bit. A win is a win because the courts set aside that 100 million default judgment against him. So I mean, a win is a win, like like the title says. The court agreed that with Diddy's legal team that he was not properly served with the lawsuit and the statute of limitations had expired. This means that the judgment is no longer in effect and that the case will not proceed unless new evidence or claims have been brought forward. So I think again we had a pretty good analysis where we basically dove into this angle where how I mean it's crazy to think that you're if you were being served properly, why wouldn't you show up and battle this? Because it seems like someone is accusing you of something, trying to get 100 million out of you, right?
yeah, you would know. And it, it's about to say ick, but I think that I
It's
think
the ick
that
factor. This is
it's,
this whole
it's
case has the ick factor.
the ick factor. No, but the thing is, how could it
How
have
could it
happened if he's so well equipped with a legal team, right? Selling houses to pay off the legal team.
Yeah.
I mean, how is it possible that he misses uh, a subpoena? Could it have been? So I thought to myself, we didn't talk about it on the show, but after the show, I really thought, like, could it be that they served it to the house and then right
That's
after
one thing
that,
we talked about during the show as well.
yeah, but then they raided it or whatever? I don't know
Oh, that would
what.
have been crazy.
Yeah,
Set them up.
I don't know.
Serve them.
The
Hey, serve
the
them
old
5 minutes
school.
before the raid.
Yeah, the old switcheroo. Yeah. So, so they probably, or maybe it was lost in baby oil. Whatever the case, it was damaged. I don't know, but hey, shortly after and I think the judge said as well that he can only be served or the case can only be reopened if new evidence arises. So
Mhm.
without any new evidence, seems like he got off s- pretty easy. Some might even say that he was slippery about it.
He
Slipped
slipped
right
the
through,
grass of
slipped
the law.
right through, slipped right through the hands of the
Hey man, let's go back. Let's go back because one of the major guys in this whole Diddy case is Gene Deal. And
deal.
a couple of months ago, Gene predicted this following. Shout out to the Art of Dialogue, fair use.
September on the way, man. You still think Diddy getting arrested?
I believe I believe he's coming in September. Because you got to realize the grand jury intervened. They may have 45 days, 60 days, 90 days. They never usually go past 120 days. They got enough information and they probably got enough stuff that he's probably willing to plea bargain or see if they're going to give him that. Or if they're going to let him plead to something. But I don't think the grand jury is going past 120 days.
And this is inside information you're getting, right? Or this is something you believe personally?
Well, I believe that personally. And then for the fact of the matter is that I know somebody who testified to the grand jury, to the Homeland Security. And they was made reference to some like they thought that they couldn't go nowhere around in September, whatever like that. So maybe around in September something will happen.
Yo, I think it's pretty interesting to live in the current era we're in, because in the past, so KR, remember 20 years ago, 10 years ago, people like Gene Deal wouldn't have had a platform
Would have
to
called him a
talk,
rat.
and he couldn't have even spoken about
That
these
is
things.
true.
But nowadays, anyone with a platform can host
Yep.
another person, and Gene Deal is a regular on the art of dialogue. So he's a
Yes.
regular there. And so the Alphabet Boys are simply they probably have a podcast department. And the podcast department is basically checking out all the podcasts to see who's talking, who's saying what. Everyone is talking.
Yes, okay, man. Everyone is talking. Don't forget how they caught up to Tupac, the leader, Keefe. Keefe was a regular as well on Vlad TV and all these podcasts. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of, you might be right. There could be a podcast division who's basically only listening to podcasts and transcribing everything that is important that can be used, not used directly as a source or a evidence, but as a reference to where they have to look, because these people leave a lot of breadcrumbs all over the place. Hindsight is 2024, but Diddy also left a lot of breadcrumbs, and we're going to talk about it in other shows. So let's take a look at what Diddy is facing. And we have a spiritual word had a pretty nice graphic, so I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna create my own graphic. First of all, he's being charged with racketeering conspiracy. He can get up to 20 years for that. Trafficking by force, fraud of coercion, mandatory minimum of 15 years and maximum of a life sentence. Transportation to engage in P, up to 20 years.
Hmm.
Kidnapping, up to life. Forced labor, up to 20 years. Obstruction of justice, up to 10 years.
I can understand him, man. I can understand why Diddy is thinking, you know what? Can someone maybe hang this pair of microphone? 'Cause I can't
I'm
reach
too
it.
short. I can't reach it, man. I can't reach it. Can someone help me? Now, but if you look at the charges, right? Just look at the charges. If you look
Every
out of
single
the
one, every charge in itself, every charge in itself individually is severe.
not only that, they are charging him as as he's a pimp.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Let me go back. Just take a look at what he's getting. Racketeering. You can put pimp activities and racketeering. This is definitely pimp activities.
Mm-hmm.
Pimp activities. Pimp activities. This is not really pimp activities. No, pimp is sometimes forcing their
Depends
girls
of
to,
yeah. I mean, it depends on the kind of labor, right?
yeah. Obstruction of justice. Yeah, this is not pimp. This is gangster stuff. Yeah. So I think there's a lot of these.
What does the last slide say? If convicted.
Is convicted, Diddy could face multiple decades in prison, with some of counts carrying the possibility of life imprisonment. I mean, it's going to be hard. I wonder how the legal team is gonna battle this. I really wonder. I really wonder, because this is it's an uphill battle. It's an uphill battle. And I don't know if you want to check out a breakdown by a former FBI agent. I don't know if you want to watch that as well, but
Yeah,
hey,
we can.
let's take a quick look then. In that case, this is Simon from Simon Investigations. He's a former FBI agent, and he shares his 2 cents on this case. Shout out to Simon. He always talks about different cases, and check his IG out.
Just details from the Sean Diddy Combs case, like truckloads of sex toys and baby oil, have captured the public's imagination. But I haven't seen a meaningful explanation of the charges in the case, so let me break it down for you today. This is a federal case, but my former colleagues at the FBI did not investigate it. Instead, it was done by Homeland Security Investigations and is being prosecuted by the U.S. Attorney's Office in the Southern District of New York. That means Manhattan. Federal grand jury released a 3-count indictment charging Diddy with a racketeering conspiracy, sex trafficking, and transportation to engage in prostitution. It's important to understand that an indictment is just a finding of probable cause and doesn't mean that he's been found guilty of these accusations. If that happens, it'll happen at a non-televised trial in 2025 or even maybe 2026. The activity alleged in the indictment stretches back to 2008 and claims that Diddy abused, threatened, and coerced women while engaging in sex trafficking, forced labor, kidnapping, arson, bribery, obstruction of justice, and other crimes. The charges that the government hit him with are usually reserved for pimps dispatching prostitutes across state lines to service paying clients, but they're being applied to Diddy as the person who hired and imported women for sexual performances and his own wild parties. According to the charges, the parties featured events called freak-offs, where Diddy would have these women perform lewd sex shows for Diddy and his guests. This wouldn't normally be a crime, but when the women resisted his demands, Diddy got violent with the girls, allegedly using force and intimidation to make them perform. There's also a drug element where the freak-off contestants were given illegal narcotics to get them in the right headspace for these sex events. He was also financially supporting some of these women and threatened to cut them off unless they did what he said. A lot of this was done by intermediaries from his entourage, many of whom are cooperating with the government. Compounding Diddy's problems are allegations of a cover-up. Once the federal investigation was underway, Diddy and his crew went into damage control mode, threatening the women to keep their mouths shut or lie to federal agents, which is no bueno. And that's pretty much the charges and what the government will have to prove at the trial. As of now, Diddy is being held in a federal jail in Manhattan awaiting that trial. You see, the allegations of witness intimidation contributed to the judge's decision to hold him awaiting trial, along with the fact that he has enough money for the rest of his life, kicking it in Bali or somewhere else without an extradition treaty, making him a perceived flight risk. Mark my words, I wouldn't be surprised to find the issue of pretrial detention to be revisited and his attorneys to find some accommodation for supervised release awaiting that trial. So in summary, this case is really about a rich guy using money and force and intimidation to compel women to put on wild sex shows for he and his buddies. That's it. Will he be found guilty? Hell if I know. The prosecutors in the Southern District of New York are the best in the country, but Diddy will no doubt put together a legal dream team to force the government to rise to their burden of proof while poking holes in the government's case and undermining the credibility of the witnesses. So we'll just have to wait and find out what happens. But again, And there's not going to be any resolution to this until 2025 or 2026 when the trial actually happens in New York City. And that's the deal. Let me know what you think about this case.
Shout out to him. I mean, the Fed broke it down. I mean, and that's gonna be the thing right now, right? Can he get his bill approved? Because they offered up to 50 million.
Yeah.
They offered a pretty nice package, where he would a bond of 50 million, co-signed by Sean Combs, his mother, his sister, mother of his oldest daughter, and 3 adult sons, secured by the equity of Mr. Combs. Let me zoom in a little bit. Mr. Combs' equity in 2 located West Star Island in Miami. The the home has been appraised at 48 million, and also secured at his mother's home. He would be restricted traveling. I mean, he offered a lot. The following of the passport of the following family members. He's even getting the family members involved. The passport of the following family members who already have surrendered their passport to counsel after the raids on Mr. Combs' homes: Janice Combs, Chance Combs, Jesse Combs, Delilah Combs, and Love Combs. So everyone would surrender their passports. And still, and I think the Simon broke it down quite. The reason why they're not releasing him is because of how he moved before this. Is he going to press on people he thinks are going to act as witnesses? Key witnesses, maybe.
I mean, if we have to believe the stories, right? He is allegedly known for doing it. That's what he does, right?
That's what he
He
does.
blackmails people. He coerces people. So that's what he's known for. So if one of the charges is exactly what they're trying to avoid,
It would be foolish.
they will be foolish to let him go. And I think that we also need to take into account that the breakdown was good. I don't know who the guy was. I didn't hear you well. Who was it
The
that
former
broke down?
FBI agent.
Former FBI agent. Well,
Yeah.
everyone makes mistakes. He didn't get everything right, and maybe he cited the so the document, right, where they
Yep.
talked about women. But remember, in the document we read of Cassie, the one filed by Cassie, it was alleged that he would also hire male workers
That's true.
to
That's
sleep
true.
with Cassie.
That's
So
true.
it's not only women in this case, it's also men. Now, my guess is, because sometimes you need to strategize, right? Who will you file the case against, or who will you include in your
In the lawsuit. Yeah.
case? So my guess is the judge doesn't want to, so wants to avoid the wrong precedent in matters like this. Last thing you want to do is to overflood federal prisons with male strippers, because
Woody clappers.
it's got it's gonna be crazy, man.
Hey,
It's a
man.
rebrand, basically. It's a rebrand. It's gonna be wild. So they're like, no, let's just include the women for this.
We have a long way to go because it's set for 2025, 2026. So in the meanwhile, we'll be talking a lot about this guy and also others, because there are a lot of people that are involved directly and indirectly. We will talk about this in other shows. And like I said, check out Thursday's show where we're gonna discuss reactions and let us know what you think about this whole case. With so many allegations, is it easy to feel overwhelmed by it? Do you think Diddy is unfairly targeted due to this wealth, due to his wealth, his success? Or is it just the beginning of justice being served for the people who he has harmed? Let us know in the comments. Drop your thoughts below, and we'll be picking some of the best comments to feature in our next video. So make sure to share your hottest takes. RJ.
Yes, yes, guys. And as we always say as well, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more updates on different stories where we discuss trending topics and try to explore uncommon lessons. It's definitely uncommon in this case from commonplace situations. Thanks for watching, and let's keep the conversation going in the comment section.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Check out Thursday's show for the reactions. Let's go to the next segment. Comment of the week. Hey, man, we had a nice comment of the week on this was on the Tiffany Henyard blowing 85K show we had last week, where we had Tobala TV. Let me share my screen real quick. Tobala TV jumped on in the comments and said this podcast is underrated. Shout out to him.
Shout out.
Hope you guys get more success in the near future. Yeah, we do our best, man. We try to put a lot of time in there. We discuss how to improve, like I said in the reply. And yes, it highly appreciated this comment. RJ, you want to say something?
Yeah, definitely. It's definitely a breath of fresh air after the bots asking us to click on links to see nude people, and the haters just commenting only based on the title without even watching a video. It's good to hear people who really appreciate the time that we're putting in. We're doing it with a lot of passion and also consistency. Both KR and myself have day jobs, but well,
I
I'm
don't
not
have a
supposed to
day
say
job.
I'm not supposed to say
What
about
are you
KR
doing?
because KR is collecting unemployment checks. That's why he's still living in his he's
Inverse
in his
balling in my
mom's basement.
mama's basement, man. What are
Yeah,
you
yeah, yeah.
talking?
Yeah, yeah, he's inverse balling in his mom's basement. But yeah, so it's a great talk. Thank you to Bala TV, and also I think
Yeah. Pablo Picasso also said, "Great work, guys." I agree with Tobala, so shout out to him too, man.
yeah, I remember that there was another one who seconded the opinion. So really grateful, man. AKR, it's really and it's also good to say that this is something that we do. We have big plans for the show, but we understand that you could be watching anything else, but you're watching this with us. You can be commenting on any other channel. You know, there are a lot of cats that can sing the alphabet, but you choose to watch this channel, so we really appreciate it as well. Also says something about you, because we ain't
See the
ignorant
great.
around here.
Hey man, thanks for all the new subscribers, the older subscribers. We have a couple of things in mind how we want to develop the channel. Stay tuned because a lot of things are coming up these upcoming months, and yeah, the channel will change as well. It will evolve. We like to keep things up to date, change a couple of things both on this channel. But if you haven't subscribed yet to the Clips channel, don't forget to subscribe to that one as well. Guys, thank you. Let's go to the next one. RJ, we always have a Reddit story where we discuss a common situation, maybe from a different angle. You have something for us today. I hope it's fun. I'll
Yeah,
give
I
you
got
the
a fun
floor.
story today. Remember, guys, to uh, let us know your opinion as well. This is a short story I came across on Reddit. This story is about a woman who's a bit jealous of her boyfriend because her boyfriend is apparently gonna write a song for another woman. And she's asking whether or not she's It's in her place to be jealous, basically. So the story goes as follows. So my boyfriend is a musician, and my other friend is having her 30th birthday party soon. As part of the surprise, a bunch of her friends, many of them are artists, musicians, poets, etc., are getting to the venue early and, and putting on a show dedicated to the birthday girl. Her boyfriend is a musician, so will be performing, and a bunch of other friends will likely write poems, etc. My boyfriend is invited, and we are all friends, but just found out he is planning on writing and performing an original song for her. For some reason, this makes me extremely uncomfortable. We've been officially together for about 6 months, but have known each other for a year and 4 months. The birthday girl and my boyfriend have known each other for little over a year. He has written me a song once, which was so wonderful and sweet. But in the meantime, I've known him. No, but in the time I've known him, he's never performed songs for me in shows or made any public proclamations of love. LOL. I'm not necessarily looking for that, but it just doesn't sit right with me that he would go out of his way to write and perform a song for our mutual friend. How dare he? They are friends, but definitely not incredibly close. I'm closer to her by far. They have hung out separately a few times, which she initiated both times. She's in a relationship and very much in love, so I'm not threatened or think it's not okay for them to hang separately at all. I think maybe just, I think maybe just upset that he would so easily do something like this for her and not me. When my boyfriend said he was gonna write a song and perform for her, I said something like, "Wow, you didn't even write a perform a song for my birthday." I recently turned
Another
30.
one.
He got a bit defensive and said, "I write songs," which is fair. I see how what I said may have been accusatory instead of sharing the feeling that it would make me a bit upset or uncomfortable. But I kind of wish he had the foresight to think about how it might make me feel standing and watching him perform an original song for another woman on her birthday. LOL. Right with
Or
the
here's another idea that's going to be very controversial. You could shut the up.
Anyways, just wanted to see if anyone could relate somehow or had advice, etc. KR.
Jealousy can be the will delete, will remove all relations. I mean, jealousy can be the the poking within the relationship, because I mean, it seems like something very innocent. In her head, it's bigger than it actually is, probably. Um, but yeah, I don't think she says he has he has written her a song already. The only thing he hasn't done is perform a song on her birthday. My question is, they know each other for 6 months, she said, right? They've been in a relationship for about 6 months.
They've been in a relationship for about 6 months, but have known each other for over 4 years.
So yeah, so they are in a relationship for 6 months. The 4 years doesn't count. So my question is, what's your birthday in those 6 months?
She said it was recently.
Okay. But maybe I mean, you have to drop the hints, girl. If you want a performance by your man, you gotta drop your hints. Now, these friends, he wants to show. This is also, don't forget, musicians like to flex on other musicians. Like everyone else, if you're good at something, you want to flex your muscle and show other people that you're good at it. So performing in front of other musicians, is also a good thing for his let's say his standing within the group of friends of musicians. If he's good at it, I mean, if he sucks, it might not be a good look for him. But yeah, I do think there's nothing here. This is definitely a nothing burger. And at the end, just ask him to perform for you next time you're if you're together next time on your birthday. I mean, I don't see the big deal in this, but
To me, KR, when I read it, I envisioned a bunch of hipsters sitting around under a tree, riding, smoking joints,
about to do the
um,
Diddy freak off.
about to do the Diddy. Everyone. Here, KR, this one as well. Everyone is a so you would see them in a row sitting like on the bar, like 7 people next to each other. Everyone is in a everyone is in a relationship with the person to the right, but it's a one-way relationship. So I'm his boyfriend, but she's not. How it goes, right? So
Yeah.
like, nah, man, it's a. I agree with you. It's a nothing burger, but I do think that if you're with a musician, you know what musicians do, right?
Yes.
Musicians are very earthy people. They try to connect, and bring songs from the soul.
Emotional. That's
Like
emotional.
emotional songs, like skeet skeet skeet. It's like songs that make you think.
I thought more as a uh, band.
That's also true. That can also be the case. I don't know. Maybe they're singers slash rap. They're they're poets. They're
HBS, HBS, and worse.
Yeah. So I also think it's a nothing burger. Let me just check what the most so the best comments are relating to this. Sounds like the speckled sir says sounds like he is just trying to participate in a celebration that was put together by the woman's partner. And since he and his social circle are musicians and poets who like making music and art, the event entails musicians making music.
Yeah,
It's not
that's
like
what I said.
It's not like some grand. So you're speckled, sir. It's not like
No,
some set.
no. Don't time me. They might time me. In 2 years, they find speckle service in some kind of OF
Dedicate.
list, a Diddy list or whatever. No, don't connect me to speckled, sir, man. Come on.
It's not. It's not something like some grand romantic gesture for another woman that he's undertaking unprompted. If I
No,
were in his shoes, I would find the insecurity really troubling in a fledgling relationship. Pledge, fledgling relationship. Don't know that word.
something new, a new word.
Fledgling. KR here. When we don't understand, we try to figure out.
Yeah.
It's a young bird that has just fledged, a person or organization that is immature, inexperienced, or underdeveloped. Well, we just talked about Diddy related to the last part.
Sounds
Uh,
like a Diddy situation. No BB. No BB. Let's continue, RJ.
would you be cultural shape 3518 says? Would would you be so bothered if the friend were a guy? If so, why? And if not, why are you treating this differently? It's not like he got it into his head to do this on his own. Everyone in their artistic circle is participating. Either deal with wherever these insecurities are coming from and let them enjoy the party, or reconsider whether you should be dating a creative person. If you're going to interpret any mention of another woman in a song as a romantic gesture, you should do the latter. And I agree with that. If you're a musician, there are a couple of things that are a given. First,
Female
you're
fans.
emotional. Exhibit A, Tyrese. Second,
It said emotions. I don't know if Tyrese is the best example for emotions. He's a great example for overly emotional, but not a, well, anyway, continue.
Secondly, they often sing or rap about things that other people experienced. So it's not necessarily themselves that experienced it, right? So oftentimes they sing about a, a feeling, an emotion that they didn't necessarily go through, but a friend of theirs went through, or they look for inspiration everywhere. And so oftentimes it's not their story. And last but not least, oftentimes they lie to their women about where they got their ideas from for songs.
ChatGPT, it's ChatGPT, baby, it's ChatGPT. I'm talking about fellatio, great fellatio. It's ChatGPT. It's not you.
Yeah. Guys, but let us know your thoughts and opinions. What do you think? Do you think that she's
Give me a second. One last thing. One last thing. They need to break up now because if he breaks through, he's a musician. He gets the female fans. It's downward after this. Imagine if he has to bring up a female fan to. I mean, you know how R&B singers and all these performers do. They bring up a fan and sing to them. Imagine how she'll feel if he's singing to her. Maybe the song he wrote for her. Oh man, it's done.
Yeah.
But continue with your.
No, that's it, man. That's well, I was saying to those of you following, remember to let us know your thoughts and opinions. What do you think? Do you think that she's over exaggerating, or do you think that she's right to have those concerned? Is she wrong for dating a musician? Uh,
F boys. They're gonna say all musicians are F boys. Oh man.
Let us know. With that being said, we can move to the
Oh
second
man. This is
topic
crazy.
today. Remember, guys, we'll be highlighting the best comments, or at least some of the best comments of this show in the next video. So, or this one, or one of the other ones. So, remember to drop your comments so you can have a chance to be mentioned in the next video. Don't forget as well to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more updates on different stories where we discuss trending topics and try to explore uncommon lessons from commonplace situations. Thanks for watching, and let's keep the conversation going in the comments.
Yes, yes, yes. The next topic of the day is going to be Druski. Ruby Rose just dropped a bombshell on social media last week, revealing her relationship with comedian Druski was all a PR stunt. Think we talked about this last time around when Druski said women like Ruby are quite expensive. I think we know now why. RJ.
And that's without getting, that's the price without getting anything. Guys, remember to rate the show by press the like button, follow us on other socials, and don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon. KR, that's paying, that's expensive without getting anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just
Yeah. So let's jump right into it. Let's see what he's talking about. So earlier last week, Ruby took to Instagram and to Twitter, revealing that she has been celibate for the past 2 months, but it all took a spicy turn, right? When she was asked by a fan about her ex Druski, and she decided to crash out and drop the following lines. And for the record, I never slept with that man. N-word, Ninja paid for PR, not for the P. Not for the Putanga. He is funny and nice though. I only give it up if I'm in love. I don't care. Yo, ion. It's like an ionic sphere. Ion. I don't care how much money a ninja got. I'm rich as F. LOL. Shoot, like my title said. Shoot, Druski asked to get the PR money, his public relations money refunded. Because she's throwing his whole scheme into a frenzy. He also, by the way, he responded already to it, he dropped this in old Druski style. Love don't cost a thing. I mean, he's doing the best. He's trying to pull the best out of the situation. But the question is she running away future? But other than should he ask for a refund? Is she running away future customers by doing what she did? Throwing him under the bus? Because I mean, if you're paying for PR, it's supposed to be secret a little bit, right? You're paying I mean, this is not the first time I've heard of multiple celebrities having this kind of arrangement just to get their weight up. Get some female fans, have a better look out there. I mean, having a nice lady next to you when you're going to these awards is always a good thing. So, but yeah, does he need to get a refund, and is she scaring away future customers?
I don't think she's getting. I don't think she's scaring away future customers because, let's be honest, she's a beautiful woman, and there are exceptions to the rule. We all know what's the woman Burgos.
Bernice Burgos, yeah.
She's like 40 something, got a kid with Jalen Green, I think. There are certain women that will always be wanted, and there will always be people who will pay for them. I don't think he's gonna. And by the way, so I don't think she's scaring away customers, especially because, as we talked about in previous shows, oftentimes KR is the same guys that pass around these women, these models. So it's the basketball players, it's the NFL players. So the NFL players go first, and then the NBA players become baby daddies, and you have like artists as well. I mean, that's not according to me.
That's according to the biggest PR person out here.
Shala. That's according to.
Hey, guys, let us know in the comments if we need to do a show about her. She changed her way. She says she's struggling. She's struggling financially now.
I want to know, guys, do you guys really think? Okay, so do you guys really think? Just drop, just say Renner. So we're talking about, of course, we're talking, of course, about Brittany Renner. If you believe that she really converted, put a no. Let's not play with this. Let's not play with a religion. Put a not cap. Say Renner not cap. And if she is, then just say cap, because we know we're talking about Brittany.
But maybe a better question would be, RJ, how long? Right. Because that the religion is a religion of discipline. How long before it cracks? I mean, maybe she's converted, maybe she's not. The question is, how long before she cracks? She's already cracking right now. She's posting about oh man, she's posting about not having money. This is going through hell in order to get to the safe land, baby girl.
You know what the thing is? Muslims are usually known for being, so they're known for being devout in their religion. Yeah, so I find it an insult to do that just for cap. But I think that in her mind, she really believes that it's not for cap.
Yeah.
What I think is that she probably gained some weight and she wants to hide it. And she thought, you know what, this is a two-in-one solution. But I
Gain
think
some
it's
weight, or maybe she's pregnant again.
that would be my second guess.
Hmm.
So if she's pregnant, let's just say I don't know who the father might be, but I do know how the father gets paid. I have an idea of which sport the father plays.
Why do all? I mean, these NBA guys are very wild. I mean, other than you have Tyreek Hill with 11 kids, they are choosing these weird situations, like getting 40-year-old women pregnant while you're 22, 35-year-olds, 22-year-olds getting 35-year-olds pregnant. I mean, you guys are running amok, man. Come on, giving
Yeah.
people basically child support till their pension runs in. Amen. Wild times, wild times. But bring it back to Druski. But what I mean, so by the way, RJ, what I mean more like, if I would like to hire her for my own PR in the future, she's becoming a liability by putting my business out there.
She's been a liability though. Co- that wasn't
You
even meant to be a joke.
might be, you might be, you might be right on that one. Maybe I
She's been
shouldn't hire her for PR. Maybe I should hire Bernice Burgos for PR.
or Ruby Rose. I mean,
No, not Ruby Rose, because she's a liability. You just said it.
I think you know what? And I think or Ruby Rose because what I think here is that so Ruby Rose never talked about this in the past.
Yeah.
It was because as you said, it's something that
Maybe,
should stay quiet.
yeah.
Ruski is the one that went and said,
Yeah, maybe Druski blow his own
Yeah.
cover. And I think you might be right on that, because I think sometimes these things get to people's head, right? People are asking her about what he said, and she might try to go back into defense mode, right? Trying to protect herself, and now she's, I mean, talking crazy. I mean, he could have said anything else, but say, hey, he paid for PR, he didn't get the putanga.
Yeah. So she
That's crazy. Yo, that's crazy. You would take
Yeah. So, but if you go
throw
back to
her under
the
the bus.
but if you go back to the quote,
Yeah.
I think she should have left the second part of the first. So the second part of the first tweet off, because and for the record, for the record, I never slept with that man. Ninja paid for PR, not the putanga. If you put it like that, I would assume that there is a price for the putanga. So that part should have just stayed away. Because if you say only paid for PR,
RJ,
it's paid for itself.
let's be honest, RJ. She's on OF, so
But maybe it's not putanga that she's saying because it's blurred. Let me see it again. Maybe saying he didn't pay for so Ninja paid for PR, not the subscription. Like maybe that's what.
P subscribe P.
Not for the
Subscribe
sub.
subs. He didn't subsy. Oh man, but hey,
The
and
second
then
one-
following it up by he's funny though. Oh man, this is a that's
man.
the
That's what I was-
crazy.
I
That's a
felt it.
crazy one. This is like the friend zone stuff. But he's
That's-
funny though.
That's the one when I read it. I
You
cringed. I
sometimes
was
gotta
like,
shut up.
I think that hurt more.
Yeah. I think you might be right on this. Druski took a L because he talked too much.
But then again, I have
Sometimes
to say this as well, and that's what I like about Druski and but a lot of these guys, right? So the amp, they take life, they don't take life seriously, so they enjoy life. So
Yeah, you should.
I think I really so I think it's funny for us to see, but I mean, I watched some Druski interviews, and he's really like he's like a character in himself. So he's a funny guy, and they make light of these things, just like Kai Cenat and Tyler telling him, but we friends though. um,
Oh man, coming from Tyler though, it's a bit. RJ, there are different levels to this though. There are different levels.
also,
Coming from Tyler, saying Ruby saying to you, but we're friends though, and Tyler, different levels. Different levels.
yeah,
Different levels. So that's all I say. I'm not gonna talk too much. You know what I mean.
I think I know.
Everyone, if people don't know what I mean, put in the comments what you think I mean. I'll respond. I'll respond. Let's get the engagement going, man. Let's get the engagement going. Anything else you wanna
Nah, man, just want to shout out Druski. Druski, keep doing you.
yeah, of
Keep
course. Yeah.
doing.
No, continue.
Yeah. So keep doing you. Keep. Yeah. I mean, he's a funny guy. He's entertaining to watch, and I think his career I mean, he's just on a rise right now. So this will only contribute because it fits his character as well. It's not like someone who's playing like the the bachelor who knows
Wow.
how to raise and do. It's like he's a funny guy, and this is a funny thing for us to talk about as well. But try to get that refund back, man, just a bit. Mm. The
It
15%.
would have been it would have looked crazy if he was one of the guys at FNF, Fresh and Fit, getting played like this. Anyway, guys, let us know in the comments what you think. Do you think Ruby was right to expose this as a PR stunt, or should Druski stand in front of her door and ask for that refund? Shout out to Druski. Guys, drop your thoughts in the comments below. We'll pick up some of the best comments to feature in our next video, and make sure you put the hardest stake in there. RJ.
Yes. And remember, guys, we showcase the best comments. Let us know the best comments. But don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell icon for more updates on different stories where we discuss trending topics and try to explore uncommon lessons from commonplace situations. Thanks for watching, and let's keep the conversation going in the comment section below.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We have arrived at the last segment of each show, the short thoughts. So at the short thoughts, we usually discuss commonplace situation and trending topics. I give a short response. I have two very nice situations I want to discuss for today. Let's take a look. Right away, off the bat.
So we finna clock this T right here.
Oh man, give me a second. I need to restart this one because it seems like it's stuck, but it's back up. Let me unmute it. Fair use.
So we finna clock this T right here. Renee says, you want to stay keeping up shit? We finna talk about some real tea. Your brother over there paying people to put hits out. He over there paying people to put hits out. And niggas running off with his money, and it's getting back to me. So now I'm finna send the feds over there to y'all motherfucking empire. See, you had the right bitch today, ho. You keep playing with me, I'm finna tear y'all motherfucking empire down. Next, we gonna talk about Miss Carol murder. Y'all know who Miss Carol is. You know that's behind your brother. I'm finna make sure her family sue y'all whole estate, because that case is not closed. You know the lady that was killed leaving from my mama's house, getting her hair done that time, and it's behind your brother and his drama. You know that. You know about the man who was killed in front of Black House. Okay.
So Rick Ross' baby mama Tia Kemp.
That picture was crazy.
Huh?
I said that picture was crazy at the end, the one at the end.
Which? No. Let me share my screen. Let me zoom in, guys. It's
We
very
don't need
close.
to do
Hey man, but yeah, I mean, she posted it for a reason, right? You read what she said, right? It says this is why you got PTSD. Anyway, so she's alleging that Rick Ross is involved in criminal activities and ordering hits on her, specifically mentioning also a woman named Miss Carol, but also trying to pointing out that Rick Ross put a hit on her and people ran away with his money. I think we have a response by I have a response from Rick Ross, respectively. Here is Rick Ross responding to that situation.
Accusations. These are not accusations. This is false accusation.
RJ, what you think about this whole situation? What a quagmire. Tia always brings some crazy stuff in this world.
Can you play it again? Can you play it again?
You want to see with picture or without? With I
Can
can
we show the picture?
Of course I can. Fair use.
Accusations. These are not accusations. This is false accusation. Accusations. These are not accusations. This is false accusation.
I'm gonna clip that one. I'm gonna clip that one and use that as an audio. But
What I want to say is the same
if
thing.
she's going to the feds and telling,
I've seen him do it.
I mean, at this point, I don't know what's true or not, but what I do know is that she's also a liability, and I think that she's spiraling out of control because, I mean, she's a very, at least I don't know her personally, but she comes across as a very unstable person, ratchet as well, and so I don't. People like these, you can't understand because you can't not understand. You can't really know when they're lying or when they're telling the truth. She's definitely emotional about the child support thing, that Rick Ross doesn't, or Ricky Rose doesn't have to pay child support anymore. And so, I mean, I don't know who she is. Again, I don't know her personally, but women like these are oftentimes known to create drama. And she has not. What?
they'll crash out.
They'll crash out, knowing that they have nothing to lose and Rick Ross has everything to lose, right? And so, but what she's not realizing is that, I mean, if it's true, then Rick Ross is done. And my point of view is, and I think yours as well, if he did it or if it is true, then you should suffer the consequences, point blank, period. So there's no there's no exceptions. But she does come across as unstable, and then at some point she'll lose all credibility, and she'll just be known as the ratchet baby. Well, I think she's already known as a ratchet baby mama of Rick Ross that goes on Instagram and yells for attention, and so you lose all credibility.
Yeah, quite. I do agree with that. So, guys, let us know in the comments what you think about this. Is Tia spiraling out of control? Do you think Rick Ross is putting hits on his former baby mama? Well, still a baby mama, but he's not paying child support anymore. Why would you put a hit on someone you're not paying child support to anymore? You don't have anything to do with him. Hey, it's crazy. It's crazy. But I guess these allegations are a bit wild. Let us know in the comments if you have any inside information? Are you the hitman that's run away with the money? Do you want to give an interview? We're not the platform to do that, but we can get you connected to the platforms who can get your interview up. Not trying to give any robbers a platform around here. Imagine there is a platform where former robbers or guys who rob rappers can give their 2 cents. That will be crazy. Definitely a must watch. Hey guys, let us know in the comments what you think and share the video. Let's go to the next topic. Brooklyn driver steals tow truck and crashes out. Let's start with the first video because it's a two-part thing. Fair use.
Stole my truck. That's crazy. Call the police, man.
Your first reaction.
I'm just glad they're white.
Yeah.
I'm just
Yo, hey, this ratchet behavior is not only for particular people, man. This is also for the pale skin out here. This is crazy. This is crazy. Pay your. All I'll say is this: pay what you owe, and this won't happen. Don't buy stuff you can't afford. This is the biggest problem. People, I think that is at least 150K. That Chevrolet, I think, it's a 150K.
But that's a Chevrolet. What about the other car?
He's done.
What about the other?
He doesn't only own because now he broke also that door up. I mean, oh man. But that's one angle. There's another angle. I want to show you that one. Apparently, the driver had another angle for us. Fair use.
Dude, put my fucking truck down now. Put this fucking truck down. Get the fuck out of here. Get down here, motherfucker. Put the truck down. Put the truck down. Put the fucking truck down. Get the fuck down. Get that fucking truck down. I'm warning you, motherfucker.
Don't
Get the fuck away from this truck. Get the fuck out of here. Fuck him. Nobody's taking this truck from me.
This angle is crazier than the other one. Wait a second, that's not everything, right? Look what he does. Talking about a crash out. This is a total crash out. Yeah, man, talking about a total crash out. This is a total crash out. Oh, man. He was arrested.
Of course he was. I know, how stupid you gotta be. They know who you are, man. They know
That's
exactly.
They know who you are. They know where your car is. So they know who you are.
When you let emotions take over, and you know what the funny thing is as well? Or the ironic thing I have to say. I think they're called the repo man, right?
Repos, yeah.
So the repo man is only executing an instruction.
Yep.
If you had paid, then he wouldn't be repoing your car. And it's not like it's not him personally. He has nothing to gain other than it's his job. Now, you know what's very ironic, KaiR? Who did he wanted to? Who was he mad at? Who was
At
the
the,
owner of the car mad at?
at the repo.
Okay.
At the repo man.
Okay. His own car is ruined. Did you notice that nothing happened to the repo man's truck? He could just confiscate it and continue his work without any problems, man.
Hey, not only that. Apparently, there are a couple of people injured by this. So, woman been hospitalized. So he's not going to only have to pay the damage on the cars. He might be sued by a woman and a man for getting this whole thing. Uh, um, this whole situation. I mean, you're right. The whole emotional thing. You first of all pay what you owe, buy what you can afford. Second of all, if it's getting repoed, let it go. You can afford it. What are you doing? I have another clip. We're not gonna talk about it today. Maybe within this couple of weeks. I have one guy who bought a. This is amazing. He wrapped up two debts up to in another truck he bought. He bought a Hummer EV, I think. Before that, he owed like 30K in one car and 50K in another. Wrapped them both up and bought a Hummer EV as well, something like that. So he owes on the Hummer EV was like maybe 100K. He owes like 180 or something like that. That's crazy. And then he asked, why did the bank let me do this? Oh man, living irresponsible might end with you in prison. RJ.
Yeah, I are relating
You
to this.
don't have anything to say other than I'm glad he's white. Do you have anything else to say?
You asked me what my first reaction was. I was actually baffled. Not that he was white, of course, but that it happened because I was really trying to process it. It happened so fast, and I was like, but I know you were waiting on an answer, so no, man.
Oh, man.
Then again, if I'm not gonna make that joke. I think that hey, you need to stay in control of your emotions. We all get emotional sometimes, and we all flip out sometimes. But we need to stay as cold blooded as possible, especially in situations like this. If there are ways to get your car, there are procedures. Discussing with the repo man isn't the procedure. Proving that you paid something might be a procedure. To say, hey, what am I being accused of? But here's the proof of payment. I paid it. I don't know how it works exactly because I've never had a car repoed.
I hope you never do. Otherwise, I hope if you do, I hope the repo man has a camera on his truck and we can maybe discuss your situation.
Me crashing out. Maybe, man, maybe.
Crash out for content.
Yeah. But other than that, I don't have anything to say on this topic. I think it's good to say just a reminder to everyone. Thank you for tuning in. Remember to drop your comments as well because we'll be highlighting the best comments. And speaking of cameras in the on the back of the truck of the repo man's truck, maybe a tip for for the law enforcement officials, wouldn't be a bad idea to strategically place certain repo trucks in strategic places to catch people doing things they shouldn't be doing. For example, if you hear and this ties into the show of this Thursday. If you're near that someone is hosting a flavor camp, it might be a good idea to just place a couple of camera-equipped repo trucks, so we can get these trash people out the streets, man. That's all I'll say relating to this one. KR, anything else?
Let's wrap it up. That's all for today,
Right.
folks.
Let's wrap this show up. Guys, thanks for tuning in. Whatever your thoughts are, let us know in the comment section down below. Rate the show by pressing the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel as well. Let's have a healthy conversation, and we'll see each other in the next one. Until next time.
Peace. Oh man, Diddy, do it.
Diddy. I saw Donnell Rawlings. Everyone's talking about Diddy. And the answer is yes, he did.
Oh
That was
man, this
the
is
first
crazy.
comment
What
section.
a crazy time. What a crazy time we're in, man.
Yeah.
Jeez.